Were you followed? Were you followed?
Is there someone who would want to?
Oh, well, you and I both got enemies that would love to overhear what we'll be talking about. You know?
No. I don't think so.
Good. We have to be careful, or you'll compromise our location. And believe me, you don't want that to happen. My name is Charlotte Avarice. I represent an interested benefactor. As I understand it, you need supplies. A lot of them. And you need them fast. That's where I come in. I can move the supplies to your outpost discreetly, and make sure the payment for them returns to the benefactor.
What have you got in the way of supplies?
Whatever you might need to keep your people fed and equipped. It'll mean you can focus on, well, whatever you want them to be doing, instead of making their own gear or making rations.
Who are you people, exactly?
That's not important. My client would prefer to stay anonymous. At least until we've built a bit of trust.
Sure. I'm interested.
You won't be disappointed. It'll save you a lot of time you would have wasted on trying to keep on top of production. It's not a service you get from anyone else. Definitely not anyone in the Commonwealth. No one else can keep up with the volume you'll need. We can get your people enough weapons, ammo, meds, gear, and food to keep them happy. You won't even need to directly spend your own caps on it. If your outpost generates income, they can pay us with that instead. Most importantly, it's totally under the table. All quiet and no fuss. No one will even catch on. Should be more reliable than your average caravan.
So, what kinds of weapons do you have?
We can supply you with simple weapons easy, but the guns that pack a bigger punch are harder to make, and draw more attention when we move them. We got them, but we'll sell them to you when our lines are more secure, and eventually, I'll see about getting you some extra special stuff.
What kind of stuff do you have?
Armor's pretty important, right? The heavier stuff is harder to move because it takes up more space, but I can get basic gear into your people's hands quick. Also, there's food. If you don't want to waste the time and people to grow your own, then it'll be pretty important to keep the pantries full. If you just need the super basics, like wood or metal, that stuff is child's play to move. I can get you those on the spot, if you got the caps.
Ammo and meds. What kind of basic supplies are those?
Your people will need chems to stay healthy, and ammo for, well, obvious reasons. We got plenty of the common types, and once we get going, we can supply you with the real niche stuff as well.
All right, we can do business.
Awesome! I mean, good. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
It would be nice to know more about you.
I'm a mover of product. A smuggler, you might even say. I do it fast, quiet, and to mutual satisfaction. That's all you need to know.
Maybe we can reach an agreement.
You pick the when and where. I'll supply the stuff.
Hi.
Hey, need something moved quietly?
There's more to this, isn't there?
Sorry, it's just your face. I really have you going, don't I? Sorry. I like you, but I really can't tell you any more than that for now. I'm under orders to keep this all hush-hush, you know?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Let's check the manifests. Hope you're keeping an eye out for a tail.
That's all for now. Thanks.
You know where to find me. For now, at least. Ran into a synth patrol. They're pretty creepy, but not too bright. Guess that's why they started making the human-looking ones, huh? If you brought the caps, I'm at your disposal.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Here's what's on offer.
Hey.
I was hoping you'd stop by. I understand our turncoat gunner had a rather compelling tale regarding his erstwhile captain.
How did you hear about it?
Oh, the usual channels. Little birds, idle gossip, security reports, and the odd instance of casual eavesdropping.
Yeah. Something like that.
So, it appears Captain Lamont may be facing a grim fate indeed. Death induced by medical experimentation. A most peculiar circumstance. Tell me, do you intend to investigate this any further?
That's why I'm here.
In that case, I have a few recommendations to offer. First, we should do what we can to verify Mr. Berman's account. The medical records he spoke of, they may still reside in Vault 75's mainframe. Should you obtain a copy, it would serve as evidence that Mr. Berman's story holds a degree of truth. This may present us new options when dealing with Lamont and her advent gunners. Additionally, it could also help illuminate the nature of Lamont's supposed ailment.
Tell me about the options.
I wouldn't presume to dictate your choices, but if the information proves accurate, it appears you'd have two major routes to consider. Option 1, we could attempt to discover a cure, and perhaps offer it to Lamont, in hopes of placating her wrath. Option 2, we could leverage the information of her illness to undermine her leadership, assuming we could present some manner of evidence.
I'll take care of it.
Take this. Try finding an active medical terminal somewhere in that vault, and see about copying its contents to that holotape. Well, that's it. Try and recover those medical records, and we can take it from there. Good luck.
Hey there.
Move along.
Going up. Ground floor. Going down. Level. Lower level.
Got it.
Why, hello.
Hey,
Ah, splendid. I see you've acquired the holotape. Well done. Let's examine it together, shall we?
go on.
The data confirms Lamont did indeed originate from Vault 75, and she is undoubtedly the result of human experimentation. It appears every resident of 75 was a part of these experiments. If I interpret this correctly, their aim was to create a superhuman of sorts. Children birthed and nurtured within the vault.
That's ambitious.
Indeed. It's just unfortunate that ambition often outstrips competence. What's more, based on these records, it appears highly likely that Lamont is indeed dying. Her life expectancy is estimated at a meager 25 years, and the dates of these files suggest she is currently at least 26. Evidently, forcing the human body to exceed its innate limitations comes at a cost. Lamont is dying, no doubt about it. Genetic tampering has pushed her body beyond its limits.
There must be something we can do to help her. No one deserves to die like that.
You have a remarkable knack for catching me off guard. Yes, I believe there is something we could do to help her. In fact, you already possess the very device we'd need for the task, that being the Vitomatic. Potentially, we could utilize the device to monitor Lamont's genetic framework, as we nudge her genome towards something a bit more stable. Of course, we'd still require specialized equipment, capable of modifying an individual's genes. And despite possessing records of Lamont's genetic structure, we'd still require pre-war records of more typical humans for comparison purposes. I am confident I can source the necessary equipment. However, the records are something you'd need to obtain for me.
Sure, I can do that.
Bear in mind, there's no guarantee of a positive outcome, but I'll give it my all to make this work. If I were in your shoes, I'd investigate some of the old medical sites scattered about the Commonwealth. Within such places, it's plausible there are still records tucked away inside functioning computer systems. Keep in mind, we would need gene samples from individuals born prior to the bombs falling.
What are you saying?
Lamont is dying, no. And before you ask, no. Ghouls will not suffice.
Okay, I'll do my best.
As you always do. If you can bring me a minimum of 4 genetic records, I can start working on a potential treatment for someone in Lamont's condition. Luck be with you. And it's nice to see that perhaps some of the Nightingale ethic has rubbed off on you. Until next time.
What's up? average depth of the Atlantic Ocean is 3,900. A single mouthful of seas may contain hundreds of thousands of phytoplankton.
Someone there? That sound! What is it? What's that? What? Who's there?
No way I picked this.
I'm hearing stuff. Go ahead and... Hide, little digger! For your noise! I hear something!
Ah, hello again. Rest assured, while you've been away, I've not been sitting idle. And with what you've now brought me, I'm confident I can develop a treatment. Once administered, I believe Lamont's life expectancy could essentially double, and with only a minimal decline to her superpowers.
Are you sure this is safe?
As safe as genetic manipulation can hope to ever be. But given that death is the alternative, 50 years of life seems preferable to 25.
You've done good work.
Oh, I've not really done anything yet. But still, I appreciate the gesture. Periodic treatments would be required. But you can now inform Lamont that we've essentially devised a cure for her condition. Whether or not this could sway her from her warpath, I can't say. But You now possess a rather powerful bargaining chip. I have faith you'll employ it wisely.
Do you think she'll survive the cure?
That's a difficult question. I'll know more if and when I can examine her in person. However, I'd estimate that the odds of her survival would be 50-50.
Maybe I can talk some sense into her.
Well, if there's anyone who could make Lamont see reason, I dare say that person would be you. So, what do you say we get back to work, hmm? After all, we are still at war. Until next time.
Hey there.
Get lost.
You're out of your mind.